Our Phi Beta Kappa speaker is Julia Davis.
All right, hello class of 2014. How are you feeling? Isn't it good to be done writing papers? It's like great, right? Okay, parents, I know you probably wonder whether your child got a good education. And if you're like my parents, you probably think that they spent 4 years on a couch eating Cocoa Puffs, watching reruns of America's Next Top Model. But I'll remind you that Williams dominates the magazine ratings. We're always #1 on Playboy's list of America's best party schools. Probably because we got a high hot tub to student ratio. No, I'm kidding. To show how much we've learned, I wanted to write a final paper in the style that Williams taught us and share it with you. So I wrote this speech like every essay I wrote here. I started it an hour ago, and I plagiarized most of it. We'll see. All right, so good papers start with a summary of previous scholarship. And at graduation, speakers typically focus on the fun things about the life-changing Williams experience. But I want to fill a hole in the literature. So instead of reiterating how great this school is, I want to talk about how it's challenging. So here's my thesis, my main claim, is that Williams is really freaking hard. And that's what makes it life-changing. So to start, classes are tough, regardless of the grades that you get. You know how in high school you have math problems where you're not allowed to use calculators? At Williams, you have math problems where you're not allowed to use numbers. I'm serious. You can't assume that 2 + 2 is 4. You got to prove it with theorems. And I think it's crazy how English classes are taught in foreign languages with different vocabulary. You got words like dialectic, intersectionality, hegemony. And then professors use that special sign language when they talk about these things, like dialectic, intersectionality, hegemony. Did you guys notice that? And it's true, some people don't struggle as much academically, but Williams is also really hard socially. And because it's so small, there's sort of a pressure to know everyone, which can be scary. I'll go to parties, pumped to meet new people, and then spend the whole night in the corner with my friends playing 20 questions. Is it beer? Yes. Does it look like urine? Yes. Is it Keystone Light? You win. But, we really only loosen up in our natural habitat, right? That's why the biggest party of the year was in the library. Last month, there was a school-sponsored rager to say goodbye to the library that's being replaced. And let me tell you, it was wild. They had strobe lights and a DJ. It was so packed that the windows were steaming from all the body heat. Quick footnote. Instead of tearing down the library, I actually think we should use it as a nightclub. You could turn the front desk into a bar, have different music on every floor, use a cheesy slogan like Club Sawyer, check out hotties without late fees. It would be a boon to the social scene. But back to my central argument. I think our biggest challenge here is the time crunch. During finals, some students are so busy that they don't even have time to get dressed. They're running around completely naked, frantically yelling, "Study harder, study harder." Have you guys seen them? It's heartbreaking. Also, I'm glad they gave us these robes because, I haven't had time to do laundry since, sophomore year. And since we currently look like Hogwarts students, I'll slip in a literary allusion for extra credit, that Williams can make you feel like Neville Longbottom, surrounded by Hermione Grangers with time turners. And Neville thinks, I'm not good enough for Gryffindor, I belong in Hufflepuff. And we think, I'm not good enough for Williams, I belong at Amherst. Burn. Gonna need aloe for that one. But like for lots of us, it's really weird to be at a competitive school where we don't stick out anymore. But that doesn't mean that we don't fit in here. People say that Williams showcases students' talents, but it doesn't. Williams showcases our shortcomings. It makes us struggle at the things we thought we were good at, the things that defined our identities. But that's part of this shared experience. And by being tough, Williams taught us that who we are doesn't depend on being a great student or singer or streaker. These talents reflect our complex identity as individuals, or these talents don't reflect our complex identity as individuals, because to end with the liberal arts trump card, talents are merely social constructs. They're not who we are. That's the end of my paper, but I added a bibliography so that the honor committee wouldn't rescind my diploma. I mostly used Wikipedia, but I listed a couple other sources to like make it look like I did my research. First, thanks to the class of 2010, our friends and families, particularly my amazing friends and family. And Doris, I am so sorry for being flippant because you are an inspiration. Thanks to our faculty and staff, and finally to whoever coined the term social construct. Congrats, guys. Thanks.